From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update. Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Hey folks, good afternoon. Hope you had a nice first weekend of summer so far. If you're a heat lover, you certainly have. No clouds within hundreds of square miles of the North State. We're clear, dry, and a little bit gusty at times. And of course, do want to mention that red flag warning, that fire weather warning out there in Modoc County that expires here at 8 this evening, but it's still worth mentioning because fire danger from the valley east is elevated today. I was talking about that this morning and yesterday that we got those dry conditions, really low relative humidity values, and of course gusty winds out there. So let's remember this fact that we are in fire season. Don't be messing around with sparks. Prevent those fires if at all possible. Do your part, right? That much is for sure. Just want to mention that again, that expires at 8 this evening. Now here's your forecast temperatures here as we head through the peak heating today. Widespread 50s and 60s along the coast, but the rest of us from the Trinity Alps all the way around going to be staying there in the lower to mid 90s with triple digits through the valley. We're talking 100 to 102 out there for our Sunday here over the next, I would say, 2 to 4 hours. Now, I do think there might be a little bit of a cool down, but cool is not the word I'd use. You might get a little bit of a cooler air here in by midweek. That's kind of the time frame it's looking like now, Wednesday-ish, Thursday-ish, as this kind of scrapes the North State, but by no means we're going to be cool. We're going to be not triple digits like in the valley, for example, right? That's kind of the best way to put it. So we'll see a good 5 to 7 degree change here, but still heat dome, that's going to be the main factor of our temperatures. Also want to mention the wave heights as I was talking about this morning and yesterday. They are getting back up really pretty close to the coast, 10, 20 nautical miles off the coast. We're talking 8 to 10 feet. And of course, we're talking 6 to 8 feet right there along the coast. This is through today and into tomorrow as well. So it's getting a little rambunctious out there. That's my favorite word to use when we start getting into these double-digit values. So just want to mention that here before we take a look at the big picture. Speaking of big picture, let's start with Trinity County. It kind of shows you a good cross-section. Some upper 90s still looking likely over the next couple of days, right? But notice what I was just talking about. Remember, middle and end portions of the week, those turn into 80s really pretty quickly, right? So we do have good 10-degree change coming up here, for example, in Weaverville as we head through that time frame. Now, of course, along the coast, you're not going to see that trend as much. We'll hold steady in the lower 60s there. So if you're tired of the heat, head out to the coast and enjoy that, right? That much is for sure. But when you head further inland, you definitely start seeing that trend take hold. Those 90s up here as you head further inland from Orleans, Hoopa down to Willow Creek, that turns into 80s really pretty quickly from Wednesday, right, to Thursday, maybe towards Friday as well. Siskiyou County from Happy Camp east, Wairika, you're going to be at 94. You get some upper 80s as you head further east past Mount Shasta City. And let's take Mount Shasta City as an example. Those 90s hold for the next couple of days, but those turn into 80s. And heck, Thursday, we might even stay in the upper 70s there, give it 1 to 2 degrees of wiggle room. So we might see that cool down pretty big time in the next couple of days. Modoc County, of course, this is where that red flag warning is until 8 this evening. Tomorrow, well, I still think the conditions might be a little bit elevated in the fire danger, so keep that in mind even if there's not a red flag warning because we got those winds out of the south, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Of course, you can see in Modoc County, Alturas example, that cools down, right? Check it out, Wednesday, Thursday, getting back down to the 80s, holding through Friday as well. Out towards the eastern mountains in Plumas County, widespread 80s and 90s. All the way out to Doyle, notice those 94s popping up out there. But again, we're going to start seeing those mid-80s creep back in Thursday into Friday. And of course, through the valley, now we're not going to necessarily see the cool down quite as much, but we do see less triple-digit heat here on the forecast. Now, we might see some more triple digits by the next couple of days, but notice Thursday, Friday, start getting back in the lower to mid-90s as opposed to, say, 101, 105, right? And I really don't think we're going to see triple digits down here either tomorrow. I think we're going to stay consistently in the upper 90s there, but as you head from Lakehead down to Red Bluff, you'll probably see 99, 100, 101. That's through Tuesday as well, but also Thursday and Friday up here, you do start to see those lower to mid-90s here as well. So all of us will probably get in on that cooling trend just a little bit, but cool, not the word I'd use. It's still going to stay hot as we head through the next week.